Orange trim. Northwest Christian will be in gray uniforms with yellow numbers, a little bit of navy blue trim. Talking with Brock Rice, we haven't mentioned that name. The son of head coach Leon Rice is a freshman. He'll be coming off the bench for the Beacons. And he was telling me before the game that their uniforms, new uniforms, have not come in yet. He was supposed to wear number 5, his favorite number. He'll be in number 4 until the new ones come in.
I think that, as far as I know, this could be the first time in Boise State basketball history where a coach of Boise State son is playing on the opposing team that Boise State's playing.
Leon's wife, Robin, mother, of course, of Brock. I wonder where she's sitting today. I wonder what color she's wearing.
Neutral colors today.
Red?
Could be.
Our officials this afternoon, Dick Cartmill, Dwayne Allen, and DJ Nelson. We'll catch an ID here in just a second. We get the opening tip. First chance we get with the ball going out of bounds, we'll catch an ID. Kelly gonna jump center against Haney. Dick Cartmill put the ball in play. And we're underway, and Northwest Christian wins the tap thanks to the 7-footer. Blackwell in the front court. Boise State's going to open man-to-man. Blackwell will take a shot from outside, missed the first shot. It was a three-pointer. Reed with the rebound, and now Boise State will transition back quickly to offense. Duncan out front. Little backdoor cut to Jessup. Jessup is fouled. That'll give us a chance to get the 10-second ID. You're listening to Bronco Basketball.
Go.
Kelly fouls for Northwest Christian, his first, team's first, and that'll put the freshman Jessup at the line. And the first free throw is good. So Boise State with a 1-0 lead.
It looks like Jessup's uniform might not have come in yet either, as he doesn't have his last name on his uniform, as everybody else does, but he's wearing number 20.
He's supposed to wear number 3 once the season gets underway. 2-0 makes both free throws. You're right, everybody else looks like they've got names on the back, so he wanted number 3, and sometimes if you make a request, you have to wait. We have a whistle away from the ball, and they're going to call the foul on Reed for Boise State, his first, team's first. Hey, did you get the number you wanted as a freshman?
I got number 32, and I think it was just one that was available, so I picked it. I didn't really have a special number.
And you stuck with it the whole time,
I
right?
did, the whole time, yep.
Northwest Christian with the basketball. Inside, they go to Hackman. Outside to Blackwell. Blackwell baseline left side, tries to feed the post. Ball knocked away. Just too much traffic. Hutchison with the loose ball for Boise State. Chandler in the front court, hands it off to Reed. Quick pass to Duncan. Duncan comes down the paint. Little finger roll, no good. Haney tried for the offensive rebound. Couldn't get it. Jackman has it. Here come the Beacons. And the tip try is no good as Jackman tried to follow on the miss by Taylor. Boise State with the basketball, little ragged play early. Jessup one dribble, gets the basket. Jessup has all 4 Bronco points. It's 4-0.
Well, I love that type of play. Just a very fundamental basketball play. Jump stop, pump fake, let the defender go by, dribble a little closer and hit a jumper.
And he looked very smooth with that shot. I guess shooter is probably a good word to describe him, you think?
Definitely, definitely. Lefty shooter, can hit the 3 and hit the mid-range right there too, and also knock down both his free throws.
Northwest Christian missed that shot and went out of bounds, so Boise State will have it up 4-0, 18:25 to go first half. Is Duncan about the only guy on this team that's role is probably going to be almost the same as it's been?
I think so. I think so. They're going to look at him to do some post-ups, but also, of course, be out there shooting.
Offensive foul, I think they got Haney. And that'll be the second foul against the Broncos. Haney will pick up his first. And how much of an adjustment is it for basically the lone holdover from the last, core group that was there? Has to be a different feel for Nick.
I'm sure it is. It's the comfort level, I would say, probably isn't there right off the bat like it has been the last few years, but something that will definitely get there.
Another whistle. This time it's against Northwest Christian.
That's 2 fouls on
Kelly is the 7-footer out of Gervais, Oregon, freshman, 9.7 rebounds, and in the 3 games, I'm sure he's had a big size advantage against Northwest Indian and New Hope Christian. He has averaged 8 blocks.
I'll take the under on this game with him.
A little bit better competition, I think, today. Played a couple of minutes. Reed Knight's pass gets it into Jessup. Jessup with the layup. He has all 6 points. It's Boise State now 6-0.
And that's exactly what Coach Rice was saying in the pregame interview. He wants to pass up a good shot for a great shot.
And Northwest Christian's Taylor took it to the hoop, missed the shot, it rolled off. Haney with the rebound. Boise State off to a 6-0 lead. They've got the ball. Hutchison out front to Duncan, right side to Reed. Right corner to Jessup, he'll shoot again, and Jessup will hit a 3. Jessup makes it 9-0, all by him, and timeout is called by Northwest Christian. What a start in his first start for Justinian Jessup.
Nice start, 9 points for the freshman, and we talked about it earlier, 0 expression on his face coming off the court. You just hit 9 points, and he's just stone cold. That can actually pay some dividends if a game gets a little crazy. You look at him and say, hey, everything's fine, I guess.
Papa John's and the Broncos are teaming up to help you celebrate each Bronco win this year. Continue your celebration the day after a win by using the promo code BSUWIN to receive 50% off your online order at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. You ever had a start, Abe? You were a good shooter where you had the first 9 points of the game.
I don't know if I've ever had the first 9 points of a game, but when you're feeling it, it's a pretty good feeling as a shooter. You feel like anytime you touch the ball and you let it fly, it's going to be going in.
And I'm sure the other guys on the floor are thinking the same thing. Get it to that guy because he's making shots.
Get him the ball.
So Northwest Christian off of the timeout has made a substitution. Into the game is Anthony Walker Jr. And we have a whistle. And it looks like maybe Haney has got his second foul. So both Haney and Kelly, 2 of the bigger guys with fouls already. And David Wacker will check in for the Broncos.
A couple calls that the refs have made so far, when there's a cutter through the paint, if you try and forearm check, which was taught when I played, to just give him a hard forearm, they're going to be calling that.
They're going to call that in January?
Probably some games.
Blackwell missed a 3 from the corner. Northwest Christian now 0 for 6, but they get a steal. Blackwell has it, and Nick Duncan's going to commit the foul to avoid giving up the layup. Duncan with his first foul, and the Broncos now have 4 as a group.
And that'll be one that later on in the season, if Hutchinson can continue to rebound, he can push it the entire way down the court. He doesn't need to be one of the guys that looks for an outlet unless a guard is right next to him, but he can take the first 10 dribbles or 8 dribbles up the court and get the offense started himself.
Walker with the basketball for the Beacons. To Jackman, back to Walker. Walker will dribble to the right wing. Blackwell, 17 to shoot. Northwest Christian still has yet to score. It's 9-0. We've played almost 4 minutes. Blackwell, cross-court pass, stolen by Jessup. It's Jessup's game today. Looking very strong. Jessup down the baseline. Jessup missed the layup that time, his first miss. Hackman with the rebound for Northwest Christian. Still 9-0 Boise State. Jessup may have been too close that time, Taylor, bounce pass to Hackman. Back to Blackwell, 10 to shoot. Broncos pitching a shutout 4 minutes in. Inside, Hackman has the ball blocked by Duncan. Duncan falls on his back. He'll be helped up by David Wacker and Justinian Jessup. Paris Austin will check in to see his first action, and Boise State is going to have the ball, Abe. Is it going to be the Beacons with 5 seconds to shoot?
It will be underneath the hoop.
See where they go here. Again, they're looking for a basket. The inbound to Taylor at the foul line. Spinning into the lane, takes a fade over Jessup, missed it with 1 on the shot clock. Hackman with the rebound, out to Taylor. Taylor missed a 15-footer. Hutchison with the rebound. Chandler had a lot of boards in that first game. He had a total of 13 in the first exhibition. Wacker inside, gets the basket. He's fouled and it counts. Nice move inside by David Wacker to get his first basket. It is now 11-0 for Boise State.
And I loved that offense. You get the rebound, a quick outlet to a guard, a pass to the wing, and then a quick dump down into the post. The defense didn't have time to come back and have a double team on Wacker, and he took advantage of it.
Let's take a break. Boise State up 11-0. We'll be back with more here at Taco Bell Arena on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network from Learfield.
As Bronco fans,
basketball, it's the Milk Fridge. It's the heart of the Broncos strength and conditioning program. Milk with 9 essential nutrients helps build strong muscles and bodies. The United Dairymen of Idaho are proud partners of Bronco Athletics. Bob Beeler, Abe Jackson back courtside. Great start to Boise State. 11-0. We played a little more than 4 minutes.
So you're going to win a lot of games if you keep doing this. 4 out of 6 from the floor, 66%, and holding your opponent to 0 of 9 for, of course, 0%. Out rebounding him by 1 and having a score of 11-0 with Wacker at the line.
Wacker played a couple of games last year as he gets the free throw to curl in to convert the three-point play. It's 12-0, and then was hurt, so actually got a red shirt, so he's still listed as a sophomore this year. Northwest Christian still looking for their first basket. Taylor drives, kick it in the corner to Blackwell. Blackwell takes a fade after getting the ball away from Paris Austin, who came out to cover him, and Blackwell gets the first bucket for Northwest Christian. It's now 12-3. And Boise State went almost 5 minutes without giving up points to the Beacons. Austin to Jessup. Also Alex Hobbs, a highly rated freshman out of Texas, on the floor now for Boise State. Austin underhand pass into Wacker for the dunk. And you talked about playmaking ability. That's something that Boise State wants to see out of Austin.
Well, a playmaking ability, but also his decision making. That's what it is. When he gets into that position, he saw the defender slide over and didn't try and shoot over a big guy, but gave a dump off to his big guy who threw it down.
When you talk about getting the good shot, changing it into a great shot, a dunk for David Wacker is pretty high percentage. Inside, we got a foul on Wacker as Hackman takes it to the hoop. And Hackman will come to the line to shoot free throws. This season, he is 86%. So Wacker picks up his first foul. It is number 5 against Boise State.
If Wacker can find a way and how to use his body, he's going to be the biggest guy on the court for quite a few games. There'll be some games where there'll be a 6'11", 250 or 60 guy out there. But for most of the games, he's going to be one of the biggest guys out on the court. If he can figure out how to use his size and get his feet in a good position on the defensive end, he's going to be tough to stop. But right there, just didn't use his feet and got a spin move by a smaller guy right around him.
Hackman's second free throw missed. Rebound by Jessup. Jessup with 9 points out of the first 14. In fact, he had the first 9 in a row. Austin drives into the paint, cut off. Dish back out to Hutchison. Hobbs. Hobbs drives, left side angle, left corner with a pass to Jessup. Oh, that three popped out. I thought it was good. Inside, Hutchison with the putback. Hutchison with the basket. He's fouled, and it counts. And it's 16-4, Boise State.
And Wacker kept that one alive, and Jessup almost with another three, rattled in and out. Then Wacker got a tip, and it came out to Hutchison about 5 or 6 feet away from the hoop. He got the tap and the bucket.
So another foul against Northwest Christian. That is their 4th foul. And that foul went against Walker. And Hutchison's free throw is good. Chandler last season, 64%. I think he'd like to see that get up to, say, 74%.
I think so. You get into the 70s with Hutchinson, that'll get you a lot more points for yourself and the team, because he's going to have his hands on the ball way more this year than he has in the last 2 years.
Bradley Laubacher checks in for Northwest Christian. So it'll be Walker along with Blackwell, Hackman, Laubacher, and Taylor on the floor. Blackwell with some quickness drives in. Wacker may have changed the shot, but the Beacons end up with the basketball. Shot clock does not reset. Long shot taken by Walker off the window and in. Three-pointer by Anthony Walker. It's 16-7 Boise State. Austin, Duncan, Wacker, Hobbs, and for the first time, Oluyatin is in there. And we've got a basket and a foul for Boise State. They've had a lot of opportunities for and one. And this time it's going to be Paris Austin coming to the line to get the and one.
That was the 3rd and one of the game, and that'll be our move of the game, brought to you by Airvan. If If you're making a move at your home or office, make the smart move and call Airvan, the official moving company of the Broncos. As Austin goes to the line to try and finish up this three-point play, and he does. 21-7, 20-7. Well, they put that point up there. look at Parrish shooting a free throw, and by the time I look up at the board, they've already put it up there. They must have already known it was going in.
They knew it. They knew that he had it. Now, how does the first, say, 6 or 7 minutes as Blackwell takes it in? He'll get to the free throw line. How does the early part of this game look like compared to the early part of the last exhibition? As the foul on Duncan, he'll get his second.
It looks a lot better, and not just because shots are going down, but the smoothness of how they're running their offense. The very first bucket is Jessup on a nice pump fake, and then he goes backdoor and gets a bucket. And then the next one, he comes off a couple screens and hits an open three. The first game, the half-court offense really just looked like come down, run a couple screens, dump it into the post, and see if our big guys can work it around. And then they got opening up in the second half, but it's looked a lot better so far here tonight.
Blackwell makes the first free throw. Blackwell 86% on the season, sophomore out of San Diego. Turning starter, started as a freshman last year, averaged 11 points for the Beacons. He'll get a second free throw. And got it. So 5 points for him in the game. It's 20-9 now in favor of Boise State. Broncos led 9-0 and have not looked back. Luyton, a junior college transfer, drives in. Little underhand layup won't fall. Rebound scooped up by the Beacons. They'll bring it quickly into the front court. Blackwell to Taylor. Back to Blackwell. Now they'll slow the pace down, looking to get a good shot here. Walker hit a three a few minutes ago. Still with the dribble behind a screen set by Hackman. And we've got a traveling call against the Beacons, and the sub will allow George and Reed to come in for Boise State. Wacker and Hobbs will come out.
And the position that I feel is going to be really important for the Broncos, you have the point guard position because there's so much ball handling involved, and you lose Mikey Thompson, who is a great ball handler, but the post position. We've seen all three post players come in and out of the game so far. Now Robin George is in. That could be a question mark coming into this season.
Reed coming off a screen, puts up a three, no good. Rebound to Taylor and the Beacons. You mentioned George. As Blackwell comes into the paint, all stolen by Hutchison. Broncos back the other way. Malik Hartwell inside to Hutchison, pass deflected out of bounds to Boise State. George last year, it seemed like many times came up with a key charge.
He's very good at floor position, and that's really what charges are. You rarely get a charge guarding on ball. It's mostly where are you in their floor position in your defensive scheme to come over and help, and he took a big step last year and took some huge charges.
Inside Hutchison. Whistle. We got a foul or we have a travel? We're going to call the foul, and the foul is going to go against Kelly. He's not even in the game. 34, that makes sense. Goes against Mernick, I should say. Second foul for him. 16 now, so both teams will be in the bonus with the next foul. Harwell inbounds to Reed. Reed comes into the paint. Reed over the head layup is good. Reed with his first basket. It's from inside. It's 22-9.
Not going to see a lot of those, I think, this year from Reed. Mostly an outside guy, but gets inside for the layup.
22-9 if you're just joining us. Boise State has been in command against a very good NAIA team that has a chance to finish in the top 10. Beacons miss a shot. Rebound by Hutchison. Hutchison's going to take it the length of the floor and then toss it back to Reed. Reed enters the paint. Reed comes in, and the shot is blocked by Hackman. Laubacher with the loose ball. Hackman quickly in forecourt to Walker. Walker up over the top, and Walker gets the layup. He has 5 points, 22-11.
And the two teams, Lewis Clark State and Northwest Christian, they are better teams than the last few years that the Broncos have played in exhibition games.
Do you think by design, you think Coach Rice really wanted to be challenged a little more?
A little more of a challenge with all the new guys.
Luyton with a three from the corner, his first basket. He shot 41% last year at Gillette College, junior college ranks. So this guy is supposed to be a good outside shooter. 25-11.
And I think that's one thing the Broncos don't have a shortage of, is guys who can knock down the three this year.
I think it's something Coach Rice recruits for. He likes the three.
You love it. You got to shoot the three.
Another missed shot for the Beacons. Broncos with the rebound. 11 minutes to go first half. 25-11 Boise State. Harwell into the paint. Contact. I thought we were going to have another and one. We've had 3 of them already. And the foul's going to be called on Spencer Maddox, his first. It's going to bring us to a timeout. Broncos will have free throws when we come back, leading 25-11 with 10:56 remaining in the first half. Take timeout on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network from Learfield.
Getting to
Kendall Ford Meridian is passionate about things that matter to the community. That's why Kendall is a proud sponsor of Boise State basketball. Kendall, let's start something great. Bob Beeler, Abe Jackson, courtside. Taco Bell Arena, good start, Abe, for the Broncos. They had 25-11 over Northwest Christian, 10:56 left first half.
Broncos still shooting the ball well, 60%, 9 out of 15, 2 out of 4 from 3. Have not missed a free throw. They've made all 5, holding Northwest Christian to 3 of 15 for 20%. Something that does look nice for the Broncos, though, the assists. 5 assists on 9 field goals. That means you're moving the ball around, finding the open player, and even better than that, it means when that open player gets it, he's knocking down the shots.
Lee Carwell out of Pocatello, redshirt freshman, injured last year, and I know, Abe, you said he was expected to be in the rotation and play last year as he gets the first free throw.
Yeah, he was. He's a bigger guard, 6'4", listed 186, a guy that can defend. He'll be able to play against those physical guards that the Mountain West has. He can defend against them. Misses that free throw, but he can also knock down a little bit of an outside shot, too.
Northwest Christian with the long pass, and a couple guys go tumbling. Chandler Hutchison lands hard face down. He was tied up with Spencer Maddox, and they're going to take a look at Chandler, who's still down. And he's kind of holding his left knee a little bit. Referees are going to conference. I think at this stage nobody cares who the foul is on. They're just concerned that Chandler is going to be all right. They will attend to Chandler. Look at the left leg. Again, they both went up for a high pass, a long pass.
Well, what's nice
tangled up
is when the trainer's out there, he's nice and probably isn't the right word to use, but he's looking at the shin area and not so much at the knee area. And so hopefully it's just maybe a hard hit that he took to the shin on the fall and no sort of twist into the knee.
And you're really surprised sometimes that some things like this don't happen a little more often as they continue to look to Hutchison, because people are diving all over the place, physical game, boxing out, and now they're trying to bend the knee. St. Luke's and Boise State are proud to be blue. Together we're partners in healthcare education, research, and philanthropy. Learn more at stluke'sonline.org. So going to get him up to his feet. And they'll get a nice hand from the crowd at Taco Bell Arena, and right now not putting any weight on that left leg. I guess they said that was a no call either way. And he's standing up.
There was no call on that play. Whistle, so we can ball.
Not sure if he's coming out or staying in. It looks like he is.
No, I think he's coming out.
Limping off the court. Yeah, going down to the end of the bench, which is also a good sign that he's not going directly back to the locker room. So might have just been one of those jarring hits when you land that shocks your body.
The floor, Abe, and I've not played college basketball. You have, but the floor is very hard. Nice move by Walker, but he doesn't finish. Austin with the rebound. Jessup right wing behind the three-point arc, puts the ball on the floor, comes baseline right side. Down low to George. George inside has his shot blocked by Brock Rice, the son of Coach Rice. Nice play inside by Brock against a much bigger player. Whistle and a foul. And it looks like it's going to go against Boise State. The foul will, is it against Jessup?
I think it's against Paris Austin.
Okay.
And again, that's another cut through the lane that there was either holding or a bump on. that they've got to call. That's the third one against the Broncos.
You think that's something that needs to be called? Because today, at least, it looks like it's a point of emphasis.
Yeah, it's the whole freedom of movement. I think it was 3 years ago when they implemented that, and it was very tough. A lot of fouls called that first year, and that was one of them. Not only the hand checks on the person defending the ball, but also the arm checks and the body checks of people going through the paint.
Maddox will shoot free throws, and his first one is good. Both teams now in the bonus. Second one coming. Maddox is a junior out of National City, California. And he'll make both free throws. He now is a perfect 8 for 8 on the season at the foul line. It's 26-13, Boise State in front by 13. Illuyaton to Austin. Taking it outside. Illuyaton with his second three-pointer of the game. He has 6 points, and it's 29-13 Boise State.
And I believe that was a Paris Austin kick again for an assist.
Boise State with 6 assists now. Austin with 2 of them. Inside, Hackman with the layup, his first basket, and it's 29-15. 9.5 minutes to go first half. Austin drives, dishes to Illuyaton. Back in the corner now to Paris Austin. He'll drive inside, underneath to Duncan. Duncan finishes it off, taking it strong to the basket. Nick Duncan's first basket, and inside one. It's 31-15.
And I think you can chalk Paris Austin up for, I think, his third, maybe his fourth assist of the game.
Driving in is Rice. Back it out to Hackman. Hackman inside, missed the three-footer. Rebound Duncan for the Broncos. Austin to Illuyaton. Duncan. Comes down to the baseline. Right corner to Jessup. All alone, and the lefty shot popped out. Then I thought it was going to go back in. Duncan trying to dive on the floor to get the loose ball. Couldn't quite get it. Here come the Beacons up the floor. Maddox out of control, comes into the paint. Maddox turns around and gets the basket. His first basket, 31-17. Boise State with 8.5 to go. And Coach Rice wants a 30-second timeout. T-Mobile declaring the end of data limits and giving everyone unlimited 4G LTE data on your smartphone. With T-Mobile One, switch today. And it looks like Chandler is just standing, kind of trying to stretch that leg out a little bit, but he's part of the huddle, and that's good news.
That is. He went up really high and got undercut. Nothing intentional. Both players were going for the ball. Chandler just got higher than the other player, so that the player for Northwest Christian hit him in his thigh area and flipped him sideways, and he landed. A jarring hit, but looks like he's up and walking around. So who knows if we'll see him in the rest of the game, but we'll definitely see him the rest of the year.
Wacker, Hobbs, Jessup, Austin, and Duncan. And you know, in a game like this, I mean, it means nothing. It's an exhibition game, and especially, you know, Chandler's one of the guys with a little more experience. You're not going to take any chances. It might be one of those games if you've got a tight game with, you know, New Mexico or San Diego State, where, you know, you might try to get somebody back into the game a little bit if they're capable and the trainers clear them. As Hobbs makes the shot, runner for Alex Hobbs, his first basket, 33-17. But in a game like this, no, I would think we won't see him.
No, I don't think you take any risks.
Down to the game. Laubacher has the basketball. Bounce pass to Kelly. Kelly's been on the bench in foul trouble. Turns, shoots the 7-footer, missed the 3. Rebound inside by Jessup. Now the Broncos look to run to Austin in the middle of the floor. Takes to the foul line. Right side to Hobbs. Get it back in the corner to Paris Austin. He missed the 3. Rebound controlled by David Wacker, so Boise State still with the ball. They did not get a reset of the shot clock. Hobbs out front, hits the 3. Alex Hobbs with his first 3. He has 5 points, and it's 36-17.
And Hobbs is the freshman out of Texas who averaged almost 31 a game his senior year, so if he's open, he knows how to score the bucket.
Laubacher driving baseline right side, throw in the left corner to Brock Rice. Brock Rice hits a 3-ball. First basket for him. He's got a block and a 3-pointer. It's 36-20. Austin has the ball stolen away. Rice, long pass to Walker. Walker with the layup. 7 points for him off the bench. 36-22, Bronco lead cut to 14, 7 minutes left.
And that time Paris got himself in a little bit of no man's land right in the middle of the paint and picked up his dribble and got it stripped.
Hobbs drives underneath, reverse layup blocked by Kelly, the 7-footer. Broncos still with the ball. Inside to Wacker, matching up with Kelly. His cross-court pass stolen by Rice. And here come the Beacons again. We get a timeout at the next dead ball. Laubacher out near half court. Leads it off for Blackwell to Rice. Left side to Walker. Walker dribbles to the top of the key. Steps back, takes a three, missed it. Kelly, the 7-footer, with the rebound. And we have a whistle and a foul. I think David Walker is going to get caught for the foul. And for Wacker, that'll be foul number 2, and Beacons will get free throws, and that'll bring us to a timeout. 36-22, Boise State in front. Take timeout on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network from Learfield.
Hey Bronco Nation, Coach Harsin here. When it comes to Boise State football,
any basket could be the one that changes the game, so try the play where you go big on refreshment with all taste, 0 calories, Coke Zero. You don't know zero until you've tried it. Bob Beeler, Abe Jackson courtside, 6:16 remaining first half. Broncos up 14, 36-22.
And a couple turnovers led to some buckets by Northwest Christian. 2 turnovers in the last 4 minutes or so for the Broncos, but still doing well. 56% from the floor, holding Northwest Christian to 30%, and 9 assists on their 13 buckets for the Broncos.
I know they did not have as many assists in that first exhibition than they would have liked, as Kelly missed the front end of the 1-and-1.
And Hutchinson back in with that rebound. Looks
great.
like he's doing all right.
That is really good news. Hutchison, Haney, back to Chandler. Haney again, those two working the left side. Now out front to Austin. Right side to Reed, inside they go to Haney. Backing up against Kelly. Haney outside to Austin. Paris slashes into the paint. Paris leans in, missed the layup. Offensive rebound by Haney. He has the ball stripped out of his hands, and it's out of bounds to Boise State. Good hustle inside by the Broncos, keeping that possession alive.
And that's one that Paris wants back, but it is tough to score inside when they have a 7-footer. That's close to the height, or probably even a little taller than most of the big guys they'll see in the Mountain West.
Kelly, not the thickest guy. Sophomore, I'm sure they'll see him gain a few pounds as his career goes along. Hutchison missed the runner. Inside, Haney, offensive rebound, and put back Haney's first basket. 38-22 Boise State. But if you're looking at the NAI level, Kelly looks skilled. 7-footer's got to give him a nice edge in the games they play.
Definitely. 7 feet tall and can move. He's not just a awkward 7 feet tall. He can get up and down the court.
And Boise State with a fast break bucket. Alex Hobbs, the recipient of a couple of quick passes. He has 7 points, and it's 40-22 Boise State. Rice, nice pass. Blackwell inside to Kelly. I think we're going to have a foul before Kelly was able to put it in. The foul's going to go against Haney, who will get his 3rd for Boise State. Looks like Boise State's going to go a little smaller. Harwell coming in, I believe, for Haney now. Nope, it's coming in for Paris Austin. I was right about Haney picking up his 3rd foul. Now we're going to see Robin George. We'll check in between free throws. Blackwell made his first 2 free throws. He has 5 points on the game. Hits the front end, and it's 40-23 Boise State.
And every year you see some players come in with a little bit of a new look, maybe new haircut, some tattoos. George decided with the new look to full-on mustache.
Free throw made, 40-24.
And maybe luckily for George, it's just an easy shave to get rid of it if you
don't like it.
If you don't like it.
A lot different than if you don't like a tattoo, right?
An illegal screen called on Chandler Hutchinson, and one thing that I think they're going to look for this year, I heard Coach Rice yelling about it a few times in the exhibition game, is when someone sets a screen and then you do a reverse pivot when the defender tries to go around you. You're looking like you're just pivoting, but you're definitely trying to hit them again with your screen.
Driving in is Taylor. Taylor tries to dunk, doesn't bring it down, and crashes into Robin George. And the foul will go against Robin. And Taylor will look for his first points of the night at the free throw line.
It's probably one of the better fouls George has had in his career. You don't want to be on the end of that one.
And Taylor's first free throw is good. 40-25, Boise State by 15. They led this one 9-0 to start. Second one by Taylor, also good. Senior out of Los Angeles, averaged 9 points a game last year. 40-26. Hutchison trying to post up against Rice. Hutchison now sees the double team. Took a shot out of the double team and it just was short, hit the face of the rim. Brock Rice brings it down. Brock Rice comes in and will get fouled. Brock will be at the free throw line on the foul from Malik Harwell to shoot 2. Brock, of course, played at Timberline High School. Has to be a different feeling for Coach Rice, who's standing up, looking out there, seeing his son wearing the other team's colors. The first free throw by Rice pops out. He will get a second one. I'm sure Brock has known most of these players pretty well from Boise State, at least the ones that were on the roster last year. Second free throw good. 4 points for him in the game.
Probably is a little tough for Coach Rice. You see your son make a free throw and good shot.
Sort of,
kinda,
right? No. Yeah.
Kinda.
So 4.5 minutes to go in the first half, 40-27 Boise State. We were talking with Brock before the game. He said he's very happy over at Northwest Christian. Thinks the team's going to be good. George inside, missed the shot. George got his own rebound. And I think we'll have a foul on the Beacons inside to put George at the line. And the foul will go against Taylor, his first, team's 8th. Said the campus adjacent to the University of Oregon campus, so Northwest Christian, he said, a school of about 2,000 students, right next to the very big University of Oregon. Jessup coming in now for Hobbs. One freshman comes in for another. I know Boise State was very happy last year at the signing day, Abe, with the freshmen that they were able to secure. And as George comes to the free throw line, it looks like a lot of them can score.
I think there are a lot of scorers on this freshman and even the sophomores. Very young team, and with any young team, no matter what sport you're in, you're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. It might just be consistency isn't there at some points in the year, but it's going to be a good solid base to start growing the program in the direction Coach Rice wants to go again.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It looks like they're going to say that it will be Northwest Christian out of bounds. We'll take a break. 40-27. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Broncos in front. Timeout on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network from Learfield.
As a small business owner, I never expected much from an insurance company, but ever since I
Rewards credit card on things you already buy, you can earn points towards electronics, sporting goods, gift cards, travel, cash back, and more. At Idaho Central, we believe you rule. Visit iccu.com to learn more. 40-27 Boise State. 3 seconds under, 4 minutes to go in the first half. And Boise State's numbers looking solid, much looking like you would expect with the score 40-27.
Yes, they are. 52% from the floor, 50 from 3, 75 from the line. Holding Northwest Christian 28 from the floor, 37 from 3. They're doing pretty good from the line, 77%, 10 out of 13.
Northwest Christian with the basketball. And the ball goes out of bounds. They'll call the foul on George. It will be his second. More free throws coming for the Beacons.
And George, he has the right rotation down, but you have to know where you are on the floor. In that half circle that is underneath the hoop, you have to be completely outside of the half circle. He has the right rotation, he has the right timing, but he just needs to be a little bit closer because his heels both times were on that half circle, and if there's any contact, it's going to go on you.
40-28 as Taylor makes the first free throw. He's made all 3. And is now 4 out of 4. That makes him 8 out of 10 on the season. 40-29, and Northwest Christian with a chance to get this thing into single digits if they can get a stop here. Reed, Austin, Chandler Hutchison. Chandler drives baseline right side, gets the defender in the air, takes the shot and makes the shot. 42-29. great to see Chandler after that getting undercut, getting hurt, coming back in the game as Blackwell missed a three. Rebound by Paris Austin. Austin drives into the paint. Ball stolen by Northwest Christian. Coming up with the loose ball was Hackman. Hackman to the paint. Whistle and a foul. And a foul on Paris Austin. He will get his second. And Boise State right now able with quite a few guys with a couple of fouls. Duncan with 2, Austin with 2, Wacker with 2, and Haney with 3, and George with 2.
And a lot of them have been on the hand checks or the cut through the paints. I think there have been 2 illegal screens. A lot of fouls away from the ball. Not really going on guarding the ball or going after some aggressive move, but more of just some tic-tacs through the paint.
Hackman missed the first free throw. Made the second one. So it's 42-30. Under 3 minutes now to go in the first half. Lilliaton, right side to Jessup. Jessup comes into the paint. Nice pass inside to George. Jessup with the assist. George finishes his first basket, and it's 44-30.
Great look by Justinian Jessup. Got into the paint. The 7-footer came over for Northwest Christian, and that left George wide open for the easy dump off.
Taylor elevates, gets the basket to fall for the Beacons. Taylor with his first basket, 44-32. Boise State still leading by 12. You know, it's funny, Abe, this game, when you've watched it, you kind of think Boise State is in control, but Northwest Christian hanging in there down just 12. George inside, power move, missed the shot. Kelly rebounds for the Beacons.
I do like that move, though. Instead of just going to a little baby hook, you actually do a step across the key and use the rim as a protectant and do a opposite side layup, but George just missed that one.
Walker driving into the lane. High arcing shot. Good for Anthony Walker. He now has 9 points in the half, and it's down to a 10-point game at 44-34. Jessup to Paris Austin. Three-pointer. Off iron, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Boise State ball. George is out, Duncan is in.
This is a lineup we'll probably see sometime, as Nick Duncan having to play that 5 position. Started to play it at the end of his sophomore year, played it quite a bit last year, and knows how to use his body against some guys that are taller.
Jay Mernick back into the game for Northwest Christian. 92 seconds left in the half, and Jessup's pass sails behind Austin. Austin cut one way. Jessup thought he was going to stay in the corner. So with 1:29 left, Northwest Christian has a chance to get it to single digits. Hanging in there despite shooting 32%. Taylor driving in on Hutchison. Pass cross court stolen. Jessup feeds it ahead to Paris Austin. Austin goes in for the layup. So the steal gets an easy basket for Boise State, and it's back to a 12-point lead, 46-34.
And that's where Boise State stretched the lead against Lewis Clark State in that second half. Rebounds and just going off on fast breaks.
And turning it over is Northwest Christian, and now Boise State with a chance to stretch the lead from 12 maybe to 15. Down to 54 seconds left in the first half. Austin to Jessup. Duncan, left side, Austin. Austin into the paint. Austin, teardrop, good. Oh, they're going to call a charge on Paris Austin. And I believe they're going to wave off the basket as well. Paris Austin now with 3 fouls in the first half.
And the help defense got over there and was set outside of the half circle. Got Paris Austin for a charge.
James Reed will come in for him. Now the officials conferring. Are they thinking about counting the basket and then calling the foul? Coach Rice trying to say that the foul occurred inside the circle, but we'll see.
It looks like no change to the original call.
The Broncos lead is 12, 46-34.
And here we see the first press of the day for the Broncos. Chandler Hutchison up top, where James Webb was so effective last year with his length and athleticism. Chandler with the same advantage.
Worked last year. I think it'll work again this year, although Northwest Christian does a nice job breaking it. And Hackman hits a three from the corner, and it's 46-37, 9-point game with 30 seconds left in the first half. Broncos spreading the floor. There's about a 2 or 3 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Hutchison still with the dribble into the paint. Hutchison down low to George. George with an easy layup. Nice pass by Hutchison. He drew the crowd. 48-37. And the clock will stop with 6 seconds left in the half as the Broncos commit a foul. Foul be on James Reed, his second. And more free throws coming for Northwest Christian. And free throws have kept him in the game, Abe. They are a +7. They've made 13 to Boise State 6.
And that's what it is. When you look at the shooting percentage, and it's not very high for Northwest Christian, something has to be there. Either a lot of offensive rebounds and second chances, but here it is the free throws where you said that they have an advantage and they knock down another one.
Blackwell has made all 5 of his. They have 14 points tonight at the free throw line. It's now a 10-point game. They made 14 out of 18. Boise State with a good percentage. 6 out of 8, 75%, but
just not a lot.
And a lot of times the bigger, more athletic team playing on their home floor, you don't expect to see the other team get the free throw advantage. And Blackwell made both free throws. 6 points for him at the line, 9 total in the half, and it's a 9-point lead now with 6 seconds left. We'll see what Boise State can do in this situation. Inbound to Hutchison, shy of half court, bring it into the front court. 3 seconds left. Oluyatan comes in, missed the shot. Duncan's tip is no good, and Boise State's lead will be 9 at the end of the first half, 48-39.
The first half, get that down to maybe the 3 or 4 range here in the second half, but I liked what I saw in the first half. Other than sending Northwest Christian to the free throw line so many times, you're out rebounding them. Points in the paint is you're dominating. Bench points are dominating. You hit more field goals. You've had more attempts. You're out rebounding them. You have more assists. Every stat you're dominating except those free throws. And you take those 9 free throws away, and it's an 18-point game instead of a 9, and it's not even close.
7 players for Boise State have at least 4 points in the first half, and it looks like everybody that's played in the first half has scored.
It is, but 13 assists. That is fantastic. You got Justinian Jessup with 4 assists and 9 points. 4 assists also for Austin Paris, and James Reed has 3 assists. When you have 13 assists on 19 field goals, that means you're shooting a good percentage, what they are at 53%, and it means you are being unselfish and moving the ball around.
Hutchison, Jessup, Haney, Duncan, and Reed, original starters for Coach Rice. Blackwell, along with Murnick, Taylor, Hackman, and Walker. So one change, Walker into the starting lineup in the second half for Northwest Christian. The 7-footer Kyler Kelly will not start in the second half. Boise State will have the basketball first, again leading by 9, thanks to their 9-0 run to start the game. Hutchison inside to Duncan. Duncan turns, shoots underneath. Power move. Duncan with 2 baskets, and both have been right on the doorstep. 50-39, the Broncos.
And with the 7-footer being not in the game right now for Northwest Christian, a big size advantage for the Broncos, and they take advantage right away.
Murnick. Should say Mernick. Walker, Blackwell, right side to Hackman. Hackman behind a screen. He'll take an 18-footer and hit it. Jack Hackman, senior out of Portland. Second basket for him, 50-41. Beacons back within 9. Hutchison behind the Duncan screen. Over to Jessup. Now back to Hutchison. Hutchison drives behind Haney, puts up a runner, no good. Mernick with the rebound, now to Hackman, feed it ahead to Walker. Fast break bucket. Walker now with 11 in the game, and it's 50-43, and the Beacons within 7. Duncan to Jessup. Back to Duncan in the wing. Duncan thought he was going to take his first three, didn't take it. Gets it over to Hutchison right side. He takes a three, missed it. Hackman rebounds. And now the Beacons with a chance really to cut into this lead, make it about a 5-point game.
And that's one thing that I was hoping that Nick would get away from a little bit is pump faking before you shoot your first couple threes. You need to shoot your first couple threes before you start pump faking and get guys off their feet.
Taylor missed the layup. Jessup with the rebound for the Broncos. Over to Duncan. Haney. Haney inside the block, little baby hook, no good. Haney got his own miss. Outside to Jessup, so the Broncos reload. Haney, another little baby hook. That one's no good. That's a shot that maybe could be there. Looks like he has to perfect it a little more. Broncos by 7. Driving in is Walker. And he's going to get the and one. Haney comes over, and Haney will commit his 4th foul. And Walker now with 13 in the game. And all of a sudden, we've got game on. It's 50-45. And a made free throw away from being a 4-point game.
Well, and that foul is on Zach Haney, but the guard for Northwest Christian just turns the corner too easily. The guards for the Bronco have to do a better job guarding an on-ball screen. You can't let any point guard just turn in and go straight to the hoop with no type of pressure. It leaves your help defense, Haney, you saw there, just in a really bad position.
Missed free throw, but the Beacons get the rebound. Mernick gets it out to Blackwell, and now the 5-point game, tight as they've been in a while. Foul line to Mernick. Back to Hackman. Left wing to Taylor. Taylor drives. We've got another whistle, and I think this one may go against Chandler Hutchison. And Hutchison will pick up foul number 2. So Boise State 2 team fouls in the second half. They have committed 10 more fouls than has Northwest Christian. And they've made him pay the price as they've made a lot of free throws. Blackwell at the foul line. Left wing to Taylor behind the 3-point arc. Inside to Mernick. Mernick got behind Duncan and gets the layup. 5 points for Mernick, and it's 50-48. 50-47.
That time, no help defense. Nick Duncan was fronting and no help.
Duncan left side 3-ball. Off the rim, no good. Mernick rebounds. And a 3 could tie this game. Broncos led by 19 in the first half. Hackman missed a 3. Taylor, though, gets the offensive rebound in the left corner. Last season, these guys were 28-7, 17-3 Cascade Conference champs. A lot of these guys played last year. Mernick inside. Mernick with the layup. It's a 1-point game. And timeout is called by the Broncos. We'll take the break. Boise State 50. Northwest Christian 49. Take a break on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network from Learfield.
Getting to the top.
50-49. It's as close it has been since the start of the game. A 1-point lead for Boise State. They led by as many as 19 in the first half.
And the last 2 possessions where Northwest Christian scored, Boise State's been fronting the post with 0 help. It's been an easy lob over the top, and they've got a bucket.
Paris Austin in the game, feeds it inside to Duncan, posting up. Duncan turning, has the ball stripped away on the shot. Northwest Christian now with a chance to take the lead. They were down at the half 9. They are down 1 right now, so they've outscored the Broncos in the second half by 8. Hackman, left wing 3, missed it off the front of the rim. Jessup with the rebound. Broncos still ahead by 1. Jessup into the paint. Jessup will be fouled by Hackman. Yeah, I think it'll be a common foul. Broncos will probably be inbounding.
And I think that's what the Broncos need to do. Get the rebound and push the pace. Don't get caught in a half-court set just trying to dump it down into the post. Get up and down the court.
We got another timeout on the floor. 50-49 Boise State. Broncos will have the ball with 15:45 when we return on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network from Learfield.
Go.
Welcome back inside Taco Bell Arena. Boise State with a 1-point lead, 50-49 over Northwest Christian. That's on the Fishers Technology scoreboard. Mountain West football, San Diego State early with a 7-0 lead over Hawaii. Hawaii will be Boise State's next opponent. And Fresno State does something they haven't done ever in the history of their football team. They've lost 8 in a row. They lose today to Colorado State, 37-0. Fishers asks, it's time to update your IT or office technology. Visit fisherstech.com.
Quick stats, second half. Broncos 1 of 6. Northwest Christian 5 of 8 so far. That's how you come back down 9.
And we have a whistle and a foul, so the second foul against Northwest Christian of the half goes against Jay Mernick, his third. So the Broncos will inbound. And Jessup will be doing the inbounding. More Mountain West football today. Air Force wins the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy. They beat Army 31-12. Later tonight, Nevada, New Mexico, and Utah State, Wyoming. Boise State leading by 1. Duncan inside, and Duncan will be fouled, and he'll come to the free throw line where he was a 76% free throw shooter last season.
More aggression going toward the hoop. We've seen some post-up moves. Duncan had some success on one. Haney with a couple. A lot of the moves, even though they have the height advantage, are going away from the bucket. The last 2 times that the Broncos have gotten a score, they've been going directly toward the hoop as Duncan knocks down that first free throw.
51-49. Duncan, again, these points don't count, but Duncan, 841 career points. He needs 159 to get to 1,000 as he makes both free throws, and I would assume that that's going to be a level that he certainly will be able to get. So the Bronco lead pushed back to 3. Hackman guarded by Reed. To Blackwell. Bounce pass, right side. With it now is Wright. Wright in double figures in scoring, has 13. Right to the baseline. Kelly, the 7-footer, takes a 15-footer with 2 on the shot clock, missed it. Jessup has the rebound to Hutchison. Hutchison on the drive, and Hutchison almost had the and one. Took it in nicely and got fouled there by Hackman, his second, and the Beacons now with 3 team fouls. Chandler with 5 points in the first half. He'll get to shoot 2.
They just announced it as the Beacons' 4th team foul. And again, another strong move going toward the hoop. Good things happen when you're the aggressor. He knocks down that free throw, Hutchison does, 53-49. Duncan going toward the hoop, got fouled. Hutchinson toward the hoop, got fouled again.
And my guess is Hutchison makes them both by design.
Yeah, get that energy going a little bit.
So the Broncos had the lead cut to 1, have pushed it back to 5. 5 minutes gone by in the second half. The lead at half was 9, biggest lead of the first half, 19. Blackwell fakes Paris Austin out of the way and nails a 3. He's got a dozen, and it's 54-52 now. Northwest Christian back within 2. Nice move there by Blackwell. Showing you that a little bit of game. Reed on the move, missed the shot. They're going to call goaltending against Northwest Christian. Reed will get his second basket of the game. 56-52 Boise State.
I was close, but I think Reed's shot hit the backboard before it was blocked. Goaltend.
Broncos by 4, the Beacons with the basketball. Taylor, right into the paint, takes a shot over Duncan. That was a tough shot. Rebound controlled by Austin. Here come the Broncos. Right side to Hutchison. Hutchison down the lane, and his layup won't curl in. Beacons with the rebound.
And Hutchison got hit right in the face on that layup. No call.
Blackwell inside to Kelly, outside to Hackman. Kelly back to the basket at the foul line, outside to Wright. 13 to shoot for the Beacons. Kelly again to the cutter. That's Hackman. Hackman comes in, and he'll get the and one. And the basket is good for Northwest Christian. And the foul is going to be called against Reed. That'll be his third. And it's a 2-point game right now, 56-54. With the and one opportunity for Hackman. Hackman with 8 in the game. Get a checking account with rewards to fit your style. My Style Checking from Mountain America, featuring customizable rewards like cash gifts, online shopping credits, and more. Details at macu.com. Trying to make it a 1-point game again, and he does. And it's 56-55, so Boise State trying to shake Northwest Christian, but has not been able to. Austin in the front court. Hobbs, Hutchison. Austin left wing behind the three-point arc. Oliaton comes in, missed the layup. Laubacher rebounds for the Beacons.
Boy, and point-blank shots for the Broncos not going in. Hutchison right to the hoop last time, rolled it off. Luatuan, same thing.
2 out of 9 in the half. And we've got a foul, and Northwest Christian will have a chance to take the lead for the first time at the free throw line as the foul goes against Boise State.
And Northwest Christian using Boise State's aggression on defense against them. Last 2 times down, the and one play was from a backdoor cut. This one a backdoor cut and gets them to the free throw line again. Boise State extending their defense, trying to block the passes, but Northwest Christian just going backdoor.
Spencer Maddox to the free throw line. He made both his free throws in the first half and makes that one. 5 points for him. He's 9 for 9 on the season. And we have our first tie at 56. And this will be for the Beacons' first lead of the game. Coming with 13-13 left. And he missed the free throw, so it remains tied at 56. Austin, Duncan, right wing to Hutchison. Hutchison behind a Duncan screen into the paint. And this time Hutchison will get the foul call. And the call will go against Wright, his second foul for Northwest Christian. Say he was not in the act of shooting, so it'll be an inbounds play under the bucket for Boise State. Austin inbounds to Duncan, right side. Oluyaton coming into the paint, shot blocked by Kelly, out to Austin, so Boise State with the ball. And Austin does a nice job off the block getting the layup, and the Broncos with a 58-56 lead.
And Paris also went right around his man, and no one in there guarding the hoop that time for Northwest Christian.
So Northwest Christian still has never led in the game. And they have tied it up again at 58 apiece.
And they're just shooting lights out here in this second half.
Hobbs in the paint, and it looks like they're going to call Hobbs for an offensive foul. So it'll turn over, and now Northwest Christian will have a chance to get their first lead. Boise State now with 5 team fouls. And for Hobbs, that is his first.
Looks like right now Boise State going into a zone, 2-3. Paris and Hobbs up on top. Luaton, Duncan, and Hutchison down low.
Maddox with the dribble. Right wing behind the arc. Between the rings, they go to Taylor. In the corner, the big 7-footer takes a 3, bodies colliding, and it looks like Hobbs will be called for the foul against Maddox. And Hobbs will pick up his second, team 6th. So Northwest Christian with a chance to take the lead, they'll get the play out of bounds. Hackman will check back in for the Beacons. And he will come in for Wright, who's been pretty explosive off the bench with 15. He leads the Beacons in scoring today. Maddox inbounds to Taylor left wing. Taylor puts the ball on the floor inside to Kelly. Kelly, the 7-footer, missed the shot from about 5 feet away. Big rebound for Hutchison. He now has 7 in the game. Paris Austin takes it to the rim and missed the shot. But we have a foul, and this time it's against the Beacons. And the foul will go against Laubacher, and that'll bring us to another timeout. Boise State, Northwest Christian tied at 58. 11:52 to go. Take a timeout. Coke Zero, Bronco Radio Network from Learfield. Hey Bronco Nation, have you heard about the new Albertsons app? Save up to $300 per week on groceries with digital coupons, plus save up to $1 a gallon off gas at Chevron and Texaco. Stop by Albertsons for details and go Broncos. Bob Beeler and Abe Jackson back here at Taco Bell Arena. Game tied at 58 with 11:52 to go between Boise State and Northwest Christian. And Abe, the basket to our right must be nicer because the team that has shot down there at each half has done better.
It really has. The Broncos 27%, 3 out of 11 from the floor in the second half. Northwest Christian 8 out of 16 in the half. Broncos not without an assist so far in the second half on their 3 field goals, and they had 13 in the first.
Paris Austin at the free throw line trying to put Boise State back in front. We've had a couple of ties. Boise State will get the lead again at 59-58. It's a 9-0 start for Boise State. They had a 19-point lead in the first half and now have worked the lead back to 2 at 60-58.
Rebounds and then push the ball. Create some tempo in this game.
With the basketball, Blackwell, left corner to Kelly. Out front to Blackwell. Right side to Hackman. He'll take a 3 against the zone and hit it. And now Northwest Christian has its first lead of the game at 61-60, coming with 11.5 minutes to go on the Hackman 3. Driving in is Hobbs. Hobbs missed the layup. Kind of leaning in.
And a lot of one-on-ones in this second half. One-on-one post move, one-on-one drives. Not as much ball movement that we saw in the first half.
Hackman to Laubacher. Back to Hackman near half court. He'll dribble below the free throw line. Underhand pass to Kelly. And they're going to count the basket. Went through. They'll say there was goaltending. And Kelly will get his first basket. And it's a 3-point advantage now for the Beacons. 63-60. Duncan right side to Hutchison. Inside they go to Duncan. Ball stripped away. Here come the Beacons again. They have dominated the second half. They were down 9 at the break. Now they are up 3. That is a 12-point turnaround. Blackwell, Kelly in the paint, threw it away to Reed. Broncos with an opportunity here to pull within 1 or tie. Hobbs to the glass, reverse layup, good, Alex Hobbs. He's got 9 points at 63-62.
Getting out and running, came off of a turnover, and it's a good thing it was a turnover because there was a wide open look in the corner for Northwest Christian. But the Broncos got the bucket there, cut the lead to 1.
Laubacher, Taylor, right corner, Blackwell missed the 3. Duncan able to seal off his man, rebound scooped up by Austin. Broncos running, Austin down the lane, kick it left corner to Hobbs, cross-court pass to Duncan. Duncan will come into the paint on the dribble and contact, and I think the foul goes against Northwest Christian.
And Duncan needs to shoot the ball. The shot fake works after you've already pulled the trigger a few times during the game. He's faked 3 times and shot 1 time. It should be opposite of that. Shoot 3 times and then fake. If you're not shooting, the fake's not going to work. So he has the space to do it. He has the space to shoot those 3s.
Duncan will be at the line. Bonus time for the Broncos. They have 7 fouls committed by Northwest Christian. Boise State has committed 6, so next foul will put Northwest Christian into the bonus. Duncan has made both his free throws. I think this is going to be a 1-on-1. And the first one is no good. David Wacker, though, with a big rebound. And the ball knocked out by Wright. I think it should still be Boise State ball. And Dick Cartmel comes in from the side to say, yes, it is. So Boise State with the ball out of bounds and a 1-point deficit. Inbound it to Austin, top of the key to Reed. Reed drives into the paint. Reed with a little teardrop floater, up and good. Reed with 6, and Boise State takes the lead 64-63.
Well, this is exactly what Coach Rice wanted in some of these exhibition games. It is a challenge, and he's getting that from Northwest Christian.
Driving in is Blackwell. Blackwell Underhand layup good. Blackwell with 14, and Northwest Christian now by 1, 65-64. Reed on the left side, turns, shoots, air ball from 3. Blackwell with the rebound. Northwest Christian with the basketball, leading by 1. Down to 9 minutes to go. Hackman knocked down by Reed, and Hackman's going to get to shoot 3 as Reed will commit his 4th foul. And the Beacons will be in the bonus for the final 8:58.
That one's tough. The guy who just hit a 3-pointer for Northwest Christian. Then he goes out and shoots it again, and Reed without a closeout and jumps and runs right into him.
First free throw good by Hackman. Hackman on the season 86%, has made 3 out of 4 tonight, 66-64. Second one coming for the senior out of Portland. He missed that one. Hutchison and Jessup will come back into the game. And Duncan will come out. Let's see who's the other guy coming out. We got 5 guys out there. Somebody else must have already come out. Broncos will play with Wacker and Hutchison, Lilliaton, Austin, and Jessup. Second free throw was missed, but the third one was made. And Northwest Christian with its biggest lead of the night, 3 points. Jessup, who had the first 9. Pass inside to Hutchison, and Hutchison will be fouled. He'll come to the line to try to make this a 1-point game as the foul goes against Marinick, his 4th.
And again, something going to the hoop. Getting yourself to the free throw line.
Hutchison, 7 points, 7 rebounds, has made all 3 of his free throws. Now all 4. 67-65. Boise State will get a second free throw here out of Hutchison. Junior out of Mission Viejo, California. There is a miss. It remains a 2-point lead as Kelly able to rebound for the Beacons. Blackwell in the front court. Feeds it inside. Marinick cut off by Hutchison. Pass deflected by Jessup. Ball bounces out of bounds. Last touch by the Beacons.
Maybe that'll be something that gets the Broncos going, but they just have not gotten anything easy at all in this second half. No really good looks from outside. Everything challenged when they go in the paint.
Broncos looking for a 2 to tie the game, a 3 to take the lead. Jessup, baseline left side. He's got it. Jessup with 11. First since the early part of the game. 67 all. The Broncos even at the 8:14 mark.
And I think we're going to see that guy in Jessup coming off a lot of screens this year and hitting some baseline jumpers.
Northwest Christian moving the ball. Marinick right side beyond the 3-point arc. Hackman, 8 to shoot. Broncos trying to get a steal, and it'll be a timeout called by Northwest Christian. And we're going to take a break. There'll be 6 to shoot for the Beacons when we come back. Game is tied at 67 on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network from Learfield.
Go.
McDonald's is the official breakfast of the Broncos. Download the McDonald's app for surprise deals every week. Bob Beeler, Abe Jackson score tied at 67. Shade under 8 minutes to go in the game.
Second half shooting, Broncos 6 out of 16, 37%, 0 for 3 from 3, 7 of 9 from the line. Northwest Christian 11 of 20 from the floor, 50%, 2 of 6 from 3, and 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Rebounds still, Broncos having the edge there, 33-29. Turnovers, 11 for the Broncos in the game with 7:53 left. That's a little bit high at this point, I would say.
For the Broncos, Jessup, the only player in double figures with 11, several others with 9. 5 seconds to shoot. Marinick leans in, missed it with 3. Lilliaton with the rebound for the Broncos. So now Boise State with a chance to get the lead back. Hutchison spins into the lane. Hutchison takes it in, bounced up, no good. Blackwell rebounds for the Beacons. Now they'll look to run. Blackwell almost lost it coming into the front court. Left corner to Taylor. 7.5 minutes to go. Game tied at 67. Boise State led by as many as 19 in the first half. Walker back into the game. He's in double figures for the Beacons. To Hackman. 8 seconds left. They've run the shot clock down now 2 times in a row. Hackman with contact, and excuse me, that's Mernick with contact. He's going to get to the free throw line as the foul on David Wacker, his third. So Northwest Christian as a team has made points at the free throw line, 19 free throws out of 26. Mernick 1 out of 2, 65%er on the year.
Mernick has been giving him some trouble inside. Not an overly tall guy, but looks to be pretty strong and just getting into the body of some of the players for the Bronco and picking up fouls as he did there on Wacker.
He comes in averaging 17 points and 17 rebounds, 6'7", 225, one of the thicker players for the Beacons. He'll get a second free throw to try to break this tie. And he got it. So a 1-point lead for Northwest Christian. 68-67, approaching 7 minutes to go. Austin on the drive, underhanded pass to Wacker, and Wacker will be fouled. And Mernick may have fouled out of the game. That should be number 5 on him. Wacker will have some free throws. And Mernick, who is a scrapper inside, is going to be out for the last 7 minutes of the game. Any basket could be the one that changes the game, so try the play where you go big on refreshment with all taste and 0 calories. Coke Zero, you don't know zero until you've tried it. Kelly back into the game for the Beacons. Wacker to shoot pair. Now 2 out of 2 in the game. 6 points for David, and we're tied again at 68. Second one, missed that. Rebound to that's Hackman. And under 7 minutes to go, tied at 68. Blackwell against Austin. Austin knocked the ball away. It's off the leg of Austin. It'll still be Beacon ball. Hand off to Harmon for a slam dunk travel experience for a Bronco road trip or the vacation of a lifetime, depend on Harmon Travel, the official travel agency of Boise State Athletics. Beacons trying to inbound. And Hackman fumbled it off his leg, and the Broncos get it on the turnover, and now we'll have a chance to take the lead again.
Broncos dodge one there because it did look like the Justinian got him right on the arm to cause that turnover, but no call and Bronco ball.
Jessup to Hobbs to Duncan. Ball knocked away, but Duncan able to save it. Duncan to Hobbs. Jessup drives in, and a whistle and a foul, and I think Hackman was beaten on the play and kind of grabbed him. And that is the call. Hackman with his third foul, and both teams long since into the bonus, so Jessup is going to have a chance to get some free throws.
Well, Jessup scored every way this game so far. He's knocked down a 3, a couple mid-range jumpers, drove to the hoop. Already been to the line once.
Leads the Broncos with 11 points. Now has 12, and Boise State leads 69-68. Second one. Missed that one, so remains a 1-point game. Hackman with the rebound, and now to Blackwell. Under 6.5 to go. Blackwell in the front court. Guarded by Austin, hands it off to Wright. Now to Taylor. Taylor, left side of the lane, comes in, puts up a runner, no good. Hobbs with a big rebound for the Broncos. Push it ahead to Jessup. Two-handed pass to Hobbs between the rings, right side to Hutchison. Hutchison drives in at the angle, left-handed shot, good. Chandler Hutchison taking it to the glass. 71-68, Broncos by 3.
Nice extension by his left hand, using those long arms to get out of the reach of the 7-footer for Northwest Christian.
Crowd getting into it here at Taco Bell Arena. Blackwell spins. Shot may have been deflected by Jessup. Loose ball now to Austin. Austin in the middle, takes it down the lane, and Austin has it go in. Chandler Hutchison almost touched it on the cylinder. Austin gets the bucket. 73-68, Broncos by 5.
Turnover leads to an easy bucket. The Broncos have always done a good job of that under Coach Rice.
And now Northwest Christian is going to call a timeout, as now they are down 5 as Boise State with a bit of a run. The Broncos have scored 6 in a row. And it's the best run Boise State has had really since that 9-0 run to start the game.
And it's come off of aggressive moves again. Driving to the hoop, getting to the free throw line, turnovers and creating fast breaks. When they've been going toward the hoop, they've had the good things happen, buckets or fouls.
St. Luke's and Boise State, proud to be blue. Together we're partners in healthcare education, research, and philanthropy. Learn more at stluke'sonline.org. Seems like Boise State today, Abe, when they've been able to be aggressive and take it to the basket, have seen their offense do better.
Much better. And this will be a good game film. A good game film to look at, because I think they'll see a huge discrepancy of how they played at the beginning of that first half and then how they played at the beginning of the second half, and put those two together and show this is what we do well and this is what happens when we don't play well.
73-68. 5:21 left, Boise State by 5, again on a 6-0 run. Beacons will have the ball out of bounds, 20 on the shot clock. Broncos playing with Austin, Hobbs, Duncan, Jessup, and Hutchison. Group seems to be clicking right now. Right. Below the foul line, right inside, Jessup and Hutchison combined to block the shot, and Dick Cartmell blew the whistle saying there is a foul on Jessup, his first. And instead of the Broncos going the other way, free throws coming for the Beacons.
And there was definitely ball. Definite ball, looked like a block. There was a long follow through after the block, and they might have gotten that as the foul.
And Wright's first free throw is good. 73-69. Missed the second one. Remains a 4-point game. Hutchison with another rebound. Hutchison with 8 to lead Boise State. Hutchison spins into the lane. The ball drops. It's an and one. Chandler Hutchison with the rebound. Chandler Hutchison with the basket. And it's 75-69 Boise State.
Nice move by Chandler. A quick sweep to the outside and a drop step spin to the inside. Got tapped on the arm and had the strength to finish the bucket.
12 points to go with those 8 rebounds. Make it 13 as the free throw is good, and a little breathing room for the Broncos now at 76-69 with 5 minutes to go. Taylor into the paint to Kelly. Hackman off the dribble, 15-footer, missed the shot. Austin with the rebound, and now Broncos come into the front court quickly. Austin at the foul line, left side to Duncan, stops, pops, the 3 didn't go down. Jessup had the rebound, but then lost it to Blackwell.
That hit the rim about 5 times before it popped on out.
76-69. They'll move the ball around. 12 to shoot. Kelly, 15-footer, left side, good. Big guy with a long shot, 76-71, 5-point game as we approach 4 minutes to go.
As much as some of the fans will probably say, hey, this is Northwest Christian and it's a lot closer than we expected it to be, this will be a really beneficial game for a lot of these freshmen and sophomore who haven't seen a lot of playing time.
Austin into the paint. Austin, nice move down the lane. Finger roll layup good. 78-71 Boise State.
Nice seal by Nick Duncan too. He kept the 7-footer out of the paint with his seal off to allow Austin Paris an easy path to the hoop.
Paris now with 13 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Kelly, another long distance shot, missed it. Boise State surging at the end, up 7. Paris Austin outside to Nick Duncan, out front, top of the key, it's a 3, and that might be the icing on the cake for the Broncos. They've got a 10-point lead, 81-71.
And it's all been about turnovers, rebounds, and then getting out and running.
And timeout is called by Northwest Christian. We'll take a break. 3:04 to go in the game. The Broncos now up 10, 81-71 on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network from Learfield.
You do that?
We did some research and talked with our doctors.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
What do you call a health insurance company that works tirelessly on your behalf? Blue Cross of Idaho.
3 minutes, 4 seconds to go. The Broncos by 10 now. Northwest Christian had a couple of leads, not by a whole lot in the second half, but they were in front.
Well, the key to this run for the Broncos, you're getting stops, and then you go out and you're running. You're getting up the court.
10 seconds to shoot for the Beacons. Taylor enters the paint on the dribble. Lost the handle on the ball. This time I don't believe there's a whistle, but may have been deflected by Boise State. 2:47 remaining. Double R Ranch Northwest Beef, proud sponsor of the Broncos and available exclusively at your neighborhood Albertsons. And the Ram Restaurant and Brewery sports great food and frosty handcrafted beer. Meet your friends at the Ram in Meridian at Eagle and Pine or in Boise on East Park, across from Albertson Stadium. Next game will count. Northwest University will be the opposition. Chris Lewis, who covers the women's basketball team, will fill in for me. It'll be an earlier start, 1 o'clock next Saturday. 12:30 pregame right here on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network. And then I'll have the tough assignment of calling the football game in Hawaii when you guys are finished.
Really roughing it next weekend, Bob.
Yeah. You know, I was kind of disappointed, Abe, that Hawaii's not part of the Mountain West for basketball. I liked it when they were in the West.
It wasn't too bad. Made for a long trip. But when you get out there and you have a day or so to do whatever you want to when you're doing our job, it makes it pretty nice. But here tonight, the Broncos are up 81-71, and the second half has looked a lot like the first half from the previous exhibition game. When the Broncos get stuck in their half-court offense, nothing really seems to execute. But when they start getting turnovers and stops and get that defensive rebound and get out and run, that's when they start to get those open threes like Duncan hit, drives to the hoop like Chandler has had and like Paris Austin has had.
Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID. This is Bronco basketball.
Nope.
Hackman with a layup there, 81-73, down to 2:38 left. Jessup, Hobbs left side. Duncan between the rings, hand it back to Austin. Boise State's lead is 8. Northwest Christian had several leads, led by as many as 3. Austin missed the layup, but Duncan puts the garbage home. Nick Duncan's had a couple of baskets inside the night, the lead back to 10.
Paris Austin has shown a knack to get to the hoop. He's knocked down a lot of them tonight, but that one rolled off, but luckily Duncan was there to clean it up.
Just about 2 minutes left. Hackman back to the free throw line, missed. Jessup made that shot difficult with the hand in the face. And as we come down under 2 minutes, Boise State with the ball and a 10-point lead. Broncos moving the ball around the perimeter. Jessup, Duncan. Back to Jessup in the corner. He'll shoot a 3. Got it. Justinian Jessup now with 6 points in the half, 15 in the game. And it's 86-73, Boise State, 90 seconds to go.
Duncan drove and knew exactly where Jessup was going to be and just gave him an open 3.
Blackwell inside with a runner, missed it. Austin rebounds. This game's probably going to end up about 15 as Hutchison gets the assist from Austin. Hutchison gets the basket. 88-73, but boy, this in the second half, most of the way, Abe, was nip and tuck.
It was, and when the Broncos got caught in their half-court offense, that's when nothing was happening, and again, we see a defensive stop and pushing the pace, and it goes for a wide-open layup.
Minute left. Taylor with it. Cross court over to Blackwell left side, beyond the arc, three-pointer, no good. He's fouled by Paris Austin, and that'll stop the clock and put a guy who's made all 6 free throws on the line for 3. Fourth foul on Paris. Clock stops with 50 seconds left in the game. First free throw by Blackwell is good. Northwest Christian, probably one of the teams that will contend with C of I in the Cascade Conference. Second free throw is good. 88-75 now. And the third one. It's going to be a perfect 9 for 9 at the free throw line today. 88-76 the score. Broncos by 12. .45 seconds to go. Hutchison in the front court. To Hobbs. Justinian. Jessup. Austin Duncan shooting a 3. There's a second one for Nick. Nick with a dozen in the second half after just 2 in the first half. 91-76 Boise State. Laubacher inside, and I think they called the foul on Nick.
And again, was there in time, was not moving, but you have to be aware of that little half circle. I think Nick's heels were right on the line.
So Laubacher will get to the free throw line looking for his first points. 4 out of 10 on the season. Down to 26 seconds left in the game. What do you think is, you look at this game, you look at the last game, you're going to have a full week to get ready for the first game. It's a home game against a smaller school, Northwest University. What do you think Coach Rice is going to want to work on most?
I would say half-court offense. It's looking like you have the athletes out here that can get up and run up and down the court and be just fine with their decisions in the open court. But when they get stuck in that half-court offense, there weren't as many good looks as when they were out running.
And when you look at the schedule, you've got that game coming up on Saturday. But then you go to the College of Charleston tournament where you open with College of Charleston, and they're usually pretty good. Then you could see the likes of Mississippi State, Wake Forest, national champ Villanova.
Yeah, it could be an interesting tournament, and they're going to see a huge step up in talent when they head over to the East Coast.
Hobbs with the ball, 13 seconds remaining. 7 seconds, and your final score is going to be 91-76. But Northwest Christian gave a run for the money this afternoon, especially for the first 2/3 of the second half. Broncos get the win. They'll go 2-0 in exhibition play, and they will outscore Northwest Christian in the second half 43-37. We'll take a break. Highlights, stats, interviews. Broncos a winner by 15. Take a timeout on the Coke Zero Bronco Radio Network from Learfield.
Your Bronco.